What's up, guys? This is going to be something of a let's play for Hellfighter for the NES. Probably one of the best games that Sachen or Thin Shen Enterprise ever made. So since we're doing it let's play style, let's check out the story. We got this evil red skeleton dude doing something with an orb. Must be evil because glowing all kinds of different colors. Then he makes these mountains turn into volcanoes. Gets them all hot and heavy, and then they start spewing their load all over the place. So that's pretty evil. In the dark and cold Hades, here live with an ambitious Satan who is anxious and intent to control the whole world of human being. He has no way to reach the horrible plan until the Devil Crystal Ball fallen into his hands. On the day the Devil Crystal Ball fell, the world changes with the evil power of the Crystal Ball. Satan made the world chaotic. In the critical moment, the wise old man has found a man with Chinese Kung Fu. The old man trained him the uncanny power for saving the world. Finally, the young man is on his way to destroy Satan and the devils. So let's go fight some hell. But before we do that, we're going to check out the options. Now, if you've never played this game before, you're going to want to put your players up to 19 and your credits up to 6. And you're also going to want to turn rapid fire on. One other thing to mention is if you use the stage select, it only lets you go from stage 1 to 4, but there's actually 6 stages, and if you use the stage select, it will not let you play through past level 4. So, even though this game's pretty tough, I think 19 lives is just way too many. So, I'm going to put it at a more respectable 1, and I'm going to put my credits at 1. So, let's go fight some fucking hell. Now, one of this game's main gimmicks, and the thing that actually makes me enjoy it, is by pressing down and B, you can destroy the stage. And that actually allows you to find these hidden orbs that are usually hidden in the ground and stuff. And each one of the orbs has 4 different colors to it, and depending on what color you pick it up at, that's what power it gives you. Basically, if you pick the red one up twice, you can get homing shot, and then if you pick the bright red one up, it'll give you extra lives. The blue one will give you shield, and the green one is fucking worthless, and I don't recommend ever picking it up except for on one specific level. Basically what you want to do is power yourself up all the way by getting the homing shot and then getting the blue orb 4 times to make your shield super fast. In this part right here, you can jump across these, but it's way easier to just walk across them. And those skeleton fish down there are pretty useless because they can't even hurt you. And I don't mean that because they can't reach you up on these platforms. I mean that they literally just can't even hurt you. They're just there for decoration. They can't do any damage. So even though I only started with 1 life, as you see I've already got 4 of them, or 2 of them, what the fuck am I talking about? And basically, as I do this playthrough, just keep an eye on the lives, because it's going to go way up. Because you really don't need 19 lives to play through this game, unless it's your first time playing it. Because this game has some extremely cheap deaths later on. And basically, my biggest strategy to playing this game is going to sound really stupid, but my biggest hint for a strategy is don't die. because if you die, you lose all of your power-ups, and it makes the game extremely difficult without your power-ups. So if you can stay powered up and not die, that is definitely optimal. Now here's our first boss, and he's dead. So that was difficult. And now we get extreme lag while he's exploding, and this is going to be a running theme because this game is laggy as all hell. And if it wasn't so goddamn laggy and have quite a bit of other problems, this game could have been a classic almost. Because it's actually pretty good, and like I said, for a Sachen game, it is the best damn game they ever made. So if you can't tell what the strategy is, just get the homing shot and stand in the corner. And if they somehow are about to get you, just jump over them. And there we go. Now we're at the second level. Now, any old Nintendo gamer would assume that these green droplets will hurt you, and I definitely did the first time I played too, but no, they don't hurt you, which is kind of odd for a Nintendo game. So basically, on every single level, just get your homing shot, power up your blue shield, and there you go. This game's honestly not that hard. It's only hard if you die. Because then the game is extremely difficult. Because it'll drop you into a situation, like, this game has really bad checkpoints. Like, certain times it'll drop you into fucking pits, and like later on there's a water level and it'll drop you into the fucking water. Like, this game was obviously not tested, which imagine that coming from Sachen. I mean, Sachen is basically the Chinese equivalent of Color Dreams, or Bunch Games, whichever one you prefer, or Wisdom Tree, whichever one of the three you prefer. This is probably the least laggy of any of the levels, too. Like, the boss is still really laggy, but that's because I think they use too many sprites on each of the bosses. Now, there's actually a hidden power-up in that staircase by the flame thing, but if you wait to go and don't go the first chance you get, it gets randomized to the point where you won't be able to make it. Like, look at this shit above me. I made it because I went the first chance I got. Now you got no chance to make it if you waited. It's another one of the biggest problems with this game, is the randomness of everything, because nothing is programmed to be steady, like, to be the same throughout each playthrough. It's always fucking random if you don't go the first chance you get. Now, something else on this level, if you've never played it, there's, like, spikes on the ceiling, and if you jump into them spikes, it'll kill you. It's not just a background object, it's actually, like, programmed death. It'll fucking kill you. The worst thing about the homing shot, too, is that it's the least effective weapon in the game, being with damage. Like, it's obviously the most effective, but its damage is the worst out of all the weapons. The green one actually will give you a Hadouken, which actually does really good damage, but it doesn't home in on the enemies, so it's obviously not as useful. And your blue shield actually does lots of damage to stuff. It'll usually kill almost any regular enemy in one hit. Honestly, I think it kills literally any regular enemy in one hit. I don't think there's any enemy that can take multiple hits of it, besides like on a later stage, maybe. So now we got our second boss, who's a dragon, made up of too many sprites and makes him lag once he goes across the screen. And this dude is probably even easier than the first boss, because the first boss might kill you once his skulls start going across the screen. This guy doesn't really have a chance in hell to kill you. And I actually stopped shooting, because while he's going across the screen, even though he'll act like he's taking damage by opening up his mouth or whatever, I don't think he takes damage, so I just stopped shooting to reduce the lag. Which is something you're going to see a bit of, me just not shooting to reduce the lag later on. Now the strategy for this guy is the same as the first, but But you don't even have to jump. All you gotta do is stand here and hold the shoot button. So, like, while you're doing this, you know, you can check your email, talk to your buds, I don't know, go on Facebook, update that shit, or poke somebody, I don't know. But yeah, the strategy is to just fucking stand here. Pretty tough boss. And there we go. On to the third level, which is actually the hardest level in the entire game. And the laggiest. Because it just throws shit at you constantly, and it doesn't ever relent. My only strategy for this level is to run to the right as fast as possible, pray that you can get your homing shot before you die, and that's basically it. Because I'm not even sure if this level's possible without the homing shot. Now I'm going to have to sit here and wait on these to change to get it, too. There we go. So once you get your homing shot, the level's not too bad. It'll start killing the like, multitude of shit that's getting thrown at you this whole time. Not only do you have all that crap getting thrown at you, but you obviously have this lightning cloud too that comes and strikes the place where you're standing, which can be pretty annoying. Yeah, the lag in this level is just incredible, because there's just way too much shit that they're trying to get going on. Not only is there all this crap getting thrown from the side of the screen, plus the enemies, but you're also shooting tons of projectiles, which doesn't help the lag either. Not even just shooting all the projectiles, but you also got these fucking balls on you. And I just died, which is really bad for this level, but yeah, look at what just spawned on top of me. Oh my god, dude. I'm gonna have to just try to run through, because I just screwed up really badly. Hopefully I can get my homing shot again. I was hoping I wouldn't die on this level, but whatever. You gotta roll with the punches and just, you know, go with it. I'm not about to quit just because I died. No, hell no. Even though sometimes you kind of have to, because like I said, it'll just drop you into pits and shit, which there's not much you can do about it. You're actually invincible when it drops you off, but if you don't have a platform or something to jump up on, you're dead, obviously. This level's normally where I'd farm extra lives, because if I didn't die, you can get tons of extra lives on this level, but obviously since I died, I need to power up again. Because powering up's way more important than extra lives, even though I started with 1, you know, whatever. I got 4 right now, which is actually 5, because 0 counts as 1 in this game, like in a lot of games. But I should still get enough extra lives to where it really doesn't matter. There's only, like, 2 points in the game where I'm going to kill myself to save time. And this isn't a speed run or anything, but it's just easier to let yourself sit there and die to kill the bosses quicker later on. I was still able to farm a couple extra lives, that ain't bad. Like I said, hopefully if everything goes perfectly, I shouldn't die on anything besides a couple of the later bosses. because I use death just to kill him quicker. Because your blue shield does a lot of damage on regular enemies and on the bosses. And this is the laggiest boss in the entire game, because he's made up of quite a few different sprites, plus he's throwing a bunch of shit, plus we got the clouds, plus I got the blue shield, plus I am throwing like tons of spears. You would think that they're arrows, but no, they're spears. Because that's what it says in the instruction manual. Oh, fucking clouds, I was gonna jump over. Oh wow, I can't believe I didn't die. Not like it would really matter. Because the only time that it's okay to die is on the bosses, because if you die on the bosses, you actually get to keep your power-ups and stuff. If you die anywhere else, you don't. So it's actually really nice that you can die on the bosses without really any penalty. Besides, you know, losing a life, whatever, who fucking cares? Especially if you're starting with 19. And there we go. Boss is dead. Now this dude likes to explode forever. Like, I don't know why he's the only boss that wants to explode all day long, but for some reason he feels like he should explode for a really long time, so he does. Alright, level 4. Now I'm actually going to pause it right here and just let you listen to this music for a second. Yeah, it's got a nice static sound to it. Now honestly, I think most of the level's music actually sounds pretty good, but this level and the next level sounds horrible. So just so you don't have to listen to that the entire level, I'm going to turn it down so you don't even have to hear it. You know, because this sounds fucking horrible. Like, most of the levels' music is actually not too bad. And you actually get the option to turn it off in the options menu, but I like pretty much every level's music besides this one, and the next one's fucking horrible. Because they got that static sound to them. Where it's like, if you've ever played TNC Surf... Oh my god, I just grabbed the Hadouken. That is not good. Whatever, I'm still not going to reset just because I fucked things up, even though this is really bad. But if I can get the regular shot again, it doesn't matter. I just wish I could have already had the shield by now. This is probably the second laggiest level in the game, too. Because there's way too many sprites on screen, and the water, all that shit. So this is another level where I'm just not going to shoot if I don't have to. Just to try to reduce lag. Like, since this is a Let's Play, it really doesn't matter if there's lag or not. You know, I can make it as laggy as I feel like, but I'd rather, you know, not have extreme slowdown, you know. Just play it a little bit faster. Because I actually might end up doing a speed run for this game, even though it would be a speed run that absolutely nobody would give a shit about, because who the hell's heard of this game, let alone actually played it? But I don't care. I don't mind speedrunning games that nobody gives a shit about. I don't mind playing games that nobody gives a shit about, like this one. Like, if you go on YouTube, there's very few Let's Plays of this game, and I'm not sure if there's a single one that actually plays it to the end. Because the only other Let's Play I actually watched of this was 30 minutes of some guy dying on the first level. And that was really hard to watch. Like, I looked in the comments and apparently somebody thought it was funny, and maybe it was, I don't know, because I didn't watch all 30 minutes of failure, but it's like if you'd be watching, you know, let's say, just for convenience, Super Mario. Somebody dying on the first level for 30 fucking minutes. How boring would that be, you know? It was not entertaining in the slightest. And that's not talking shit about the guy who did it. I have no idea who it was because I watched it quite a while ago, but You know, I'm not talking shit about that guy, because I'm sure it was the first time he played it, and the first time you played it, that's probably what it would be, you know, dying tons on the first level, you know. So, yeah, it just was not entertaining in the slightest, and this probably isn't either, but I don't care. At least you'll get to see the game played, and you'll get to see it played to the end, because I've beaten this game many times. Which should be fairly obvious, because I think I only died a few times so far. Once on the 3rd level, then once on the 3rd level boss, which I could give a shit about dying on the bosses, but dying during the level sucks. Because losing all your power-ups, especially the homing spear, is horrible. It makes the game incredibly difficult if you ever died. Now, normally I'd go right past this part because I wouldn't need the extra lives, but since I died on the 3rd level and had to restock on shit, like re-get all my power-ups and stuff, I'm going to sit here and farm for some lives. I don't really think I'll need them, but if I end up dying on a level again, I'll definitely need them. Because dying on the bosses doesn't matter, but dying during the level is terrible. Oops. Fucking Hadouken again. That is... Oh, shit. I didn't even see those things, but that is really bad again. But I should be able to get my... Well, actually, it doesn't matter, because I don't use anything on this end boss, so yeah, it doesn't even matter. Because your homing shot doesn't work on this boss for some weird reason. I'm not sure why. So basically, I just use my blue balls against him. Use my blue balls on this crab. This is another part where I could kill myself to make it go a little bit faster, but I save that for the next 2 bosses, because the next 2 bosses actually take quite a while unless you just kill yourself and stuff. And there we go. Level 4 boss. On to level 5. Now I'm actually going to pause the video right here, and I'm going to stop this and make it 2 parts, just so that I can take a little break, have a beer, you know, do some stuff. But before I do that, I'm going to let you listen to this level's music. We get that nice static again, and it sounds fucking horrible. Like, if that static wasn't there, this music wouldn't be that bad. The last level's music probably wouldn't be that bad either, but that static, listening to it for like, let's say 6 minutes, which is probably what this level is really hard to do. So I'm going to turn it down again, and then for the second part, I'm going to leave it down so that you don't have to listen to that crap. You know, you can thank me later. But, alright, we'll come back on the next part though.